Hello there, my name is Victoria Echobu, and today we're going to talk about business ideas that are very profitable. Business ideas that are very profitable. Firstly, you need to understand that business is essentially for profits. Business is essentially for profits. Like I have always said, once you identify an idea that is right for you, you have validated that that idea is profitable. It is important to structure that idea, that idea into a business that will outlive you, a business that will last and continue to make you money over a long period of time. So, let's go on to different ideas that are very, very profitable. What you need to understand is that these businesses can be done by anyone, whether you have a business and you just want to increase your income streams, or you want to work independently over a period of time, will generate income and become your own independent income stream that you will develop into a sustainable business. So you ready? Let's go on to it. Number one on my list is private tutoring. Private tutoring. Private tutoring is a service that you render in an area that you are conversant with for people who need to learn what you already know. All right. So private tutoring means that you will provide tutoring services. You will teach someone privately how to do that thing that you know how to do. It could be a language, it could be a skill, it could be a massage skill, it could be musical skills, it could be writing skills, it could be knitting skills, it could be whatever other thing that you know how to do and how to do well, even if not very well, but you know how to do well and you are willing to teach someone in exchange for payment. So, like I said, it could be a language, it could be how to make wigs, it could be how to braid hair, it could be how to do one thing or the other that you know how to do. But in this case, you're not going to do it a one to many, it will be a one to one session, or it could even be one to many, only that you do it privately. That means that you are paid for the service in advance. It could even be teaching a subject to a certain number of persons. For instance, at the beginning of my career, as a lawyer, I used to provide tutoring services to accounting students. So I used to teach in business law. I would go to this certain location and provide business law lessons to accounting students who were trying to get professional qualifications, whether it was ICANN or ANAN. And because I knew these subjects very well and I knew how to break down the subjects in a way that was understandable by the students working with their unique curriculum, I was able to provide that service. Now, if I decided to provide special services to persons outside that class, that would be a private tutoring service. Its fee is usually higher than the public one where I have one to many. So private tutoring can be one to one and is usually supposed to be one to one, because in this case you're going to give or pay attention to this particular student and they will pay you handsomely for it. It's something that you can do with 60 minutes to 90 minutes, paying attention to that particular student. So imagine that you spend 1 hour 30 minutes per week with your student and with that person, and then you provide the same service to somebody else. That is, and charge fee is highly profitable. So in a week or so, you could serve 3 students, say Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, or Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You provide the services to your category of. So in a day, also you can teach up to 2 students. That means that you spend 3 hours per week and earn handsomely from it. So whatever the services are, you have to be clear about the person you want to serve. You be sure that you understand the subject matter and what is expected, what that very client or student is expected to know in that respect, so that you don't end up having to work for so long without achieving the results that you expect. So let's go on to another one. Another very profitable business idea is Airbnb. That's service apartment business. So this Airbnb is a registered trademark of a company providing service apartment services, or providing a platform where service apartment service providers can be found, and where those who need the services can also find those who already have such services. So if you have an extra space in your house, or you have some extra cash to get an apartment, you don't really have to own that apartment. Ensure that it is comfortable for people to stay, and then you charge every day. You have that beautiful um, extra room in your boys' quarter doing nothing. You can set it up, clean it up, and have it ready to provide services for someone. But one thing you need to know about rendering that service is that you will need to have a way of letting people know that you do such business. And then you need to provide a means of cleaning that place before and after the your renter arrives and leaves. And then you also need to provide a means for checking in and checking out. Very, very important. Checking in and checking out. Of course, you need to also develop rules for your rooms. If you don't want it to be if it is going to be a non-smoking room, if it is going to be a smoking room or something, you need to be very clear about your specific rules guiding that place. So if you don't want guests that are going to be staying out late at night and so on and so forth, you just need to make some research. If it is a business that you're interested in, make some research in the market, know what already exists, know the kind of things to do to make your apartment attractive, take professional pictures, and then put it out for let. The next business idea that is very, very profitable, even if you're a busy person, is pet care services. It's pet care services. There are so many people who have pets. They have dogs, they have cats, and they are looking for they need to go to work, or they need to travel for a period of time, and they are looking for a place to keep their pets, where their pets will be cared for, they will be fed, they will be taken care of before their owners return. If you provide if you are someone who loves pets and you don't mind taking care of this pet, or you have unique knowledge on how to get this kind of service done, imagine how much you can make per pet. All right, because sometimes some people, just to go to work, they need a way of taking care of their pets, and so you come in there. That's where you come in. So if you can provide these services, people can pay you very, very handsomely for that. So we go on to the next service, and it is developing educational mobile apps. Like, people are always learning. Did you know that the knowledge industry is worth over $100 billion? Did you know that people are researching every day to find stuff? If you're a web designer, or if you're a web developer, and you created an app that helped different persons who had things to teach, could put up their teachings or their trainings onto your app, and then people downloaded your app so that they can access such um, trainings or such lessons, then you are up for good profits. All right, so you have the likes already. There are such apps existent, and the fact that there are such apps existent, they are not enough. Like, you have Udemy, you have Coursera, you have the likes of them. So you if you can develop apps for people, for coaches. There are so many coaches everywhere. Today someone is a coach, tomorrow someone is a coach. And if you can develop an app, identify these coaches and develop apps for them to have their trainings accessible by people, and ways by which they can market those apps to ensure that they are subscribed to either by persons that they are training or by persons who need such services, then you are in for making a lot of money. All right, so another very, very lucrative business idea is Uber. Uber or Lyft or any of the ride hailing services is a very, very profitable business. So let's say that you have you have a car, or you have an extra car. Rather than have that car parked in the garage doing nothing, you can put up your extra car to provide car hailing services or logistics services for people who need to use them. There are lots of logistics services providers who do these things, who render these services, maybe at hotels or at big supermarkets. They could have them packed. Usually, very big luxurious hotels have people providing these services. So if you walk into a big hotel, so when I talk about big hotel, I'm talking of the likes of the Hilton or Sheraton if you live in Africa, so you walk into them, find out the logistics, what it costs, who's going to take care of the maintenance, but you must ensure that you take a comprehensive insurance policy on your vehicle so that you don't hear stories that such. So if there, in the event of accident or theft or damage to your car, the insurance company can take up that expense on your behalf. You have to pay a premium to the insurance company, and each insurance company has the standards, but I think it's really nothing uh, from 3% of the value of the vehicle upwards is what you, is it 0.3? Just contact your insurance broker or walk into any insurance company and you'll be given the needed information. All right, I forgot to mention that the Uber income services ranges between 100,000 naira. How much is 100,000 naira in dollars? 100,000 naira monthly. And if you decide to do it yourself, you can actually make more. But doing it yourself means that you will spend lots of hours driving, and then you have to be on the Uber app or on the Bolt app, and or Taxify or the other hailing services, uh, cab hailing services app. When you get on the app, you will be guided on what your costs are, and then you ensure that you maintain a good record, a good record. All right. Then you also have to be careful about your movement systems. So I usually don't advise that you do cab hailing services at night, all right? But there are certain guidelines on these apps to ensure your safety, all right? So you ensure that you do that, you go through those guidelines to ensure that you stay safe and stay out of trouble. All right, so another very profitable business idea is consulting. Consulting, like providing consulting services in whatever skills or expertise that you have, is a very, very lucrative business. I'm sure that if you have a job, you're already thinking, oh, but my company policy does not allow me to do render these services outside my workplace. Now, I understand that you may have such restrictions, but it's important to go through your company policy on this kind of service and know what are the extents. Because, for instance, you could be rendering certain services and you can render certain services that are not the same as the ones that you're rendering at your workplace. You can even put together your service as a course, as a training. You can put it up on Skillshare, Udemy, Coursera, or any of those educational mobile apps, and you will have people pay. Even if you don't even need to be an expert of sort, provided that you have certain knowledge that somebody else would not know. All right, that knowledge, minimal knowledge that you think you have, is just enough. So if you put that together and put it up in a course or in a training or in a workshop and put it up on these apps, you can be sure to earn passive income, and it's very, very lucrative. But I need to give you a warning that in creating these courses, you have to make your language clear. You have to be clear about exactly what you want to teach your students, where they are and where you want them to get to. So you have to spell out exactly where they are and where you want them to get to, so that you'll achieve the goal, so that by the end of taking your courses, you'll have people wanting to take more of your courses once they see them, because you are providing not only value but clear, tangible, transformational results. All right. So, whatever skill it is you have, whether you are a web designer, you're a medical doctor, you're a lawyer, you are an engineer, you are a nurse, you provide any service, you are a banker, you're an accountant, that knowledge that you have, that skill set that you have, that you keep, that whenever you share them, it could be as little as how to present PowerPoints, how to make beautiful PowerPoint presentations, or certain information that you have about PowerPoint or anything else, any other topic that you choose. People are always, always, always looking, searching for this knowledge. So ensure that you don't just put one course. You're going to have to put 1, 2, 3, 12 courses to make profits. Some of these courses, if you're going to pay, maybe you will not be able to charge more than, say, $50. And so if that is the case, imagine that each person takes they will undertake to promote your course, and put it out there. And I think you pay a transaction fee based on the transaction, so they'll make a deduction before you get the actual payment. And trust me, it is very, very, very lucrative business to venture into, especially if you're a busy person. You just take out a weekend or 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, prepare your course template, check out the apps before you go uploading stuff, and know what the rules are, know what the monetization is, and then get on it. Don't remember, I always say, don't spend too much time thinking about it. Don't spend too much time wanting to do it. Just do it. Decide this is what you're going to do, put it up in a plan, put out your structure together, and then get in on it. All right. So even if you're making, say you're an accountant and you know how to knit, or you know how to make shoes, or you know how to do beadwork, you can put all these things in a training and start sharing them. You can even share them to schools. You can share them. What you need to be clear about is your target audience. Who your target audience is will determine where you place these courses or trainings. All right, you can also self-publish your courses and trainings, and that is a whole lot. That's a completely different topic. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. If you have any questions, you have inquiries as to how to put your ideas together, and I'll be sure to respond to you right away. Okay, so yet another profitable business idea is catering and pastries. All right in your office, right at your place of work or in your local community, there are people who struggle with cooking at home. All right, you could have busy moms or even busy bachelors who want to eat, but they are always busy. So if you have some free time during weekend, or despite your busy schedule, you are able to create time to cook, create time to shop. You can create a system that provides catering services to this particular group of people. And trust me, those people are ready to pay you because they spend a lot of money on eating out. So if you provide that unique service to them, that will be a lot of savings for them and a lot of gains for you. So you could decide to, but you have to be specific about what kinds of food you will be serving. All right. So it may not be in your office, it may be at a nearby bank or a group of banks. You just let them know that you work with this, you work at this place, and this is what you do, and you can provide services to them. You can cook 4 liters of soup. 4 liters is like this small paint rubber. For those of you living in Nigeria, I'll put out the picture. And this small custard bucket of 4 liters worth of soup. Imagine someone having that. It can last that person for a month or more, depending on how well they eat. You can cook soup, you can make stew, and sell it to them. So what you need to do in order to be profitable in that business is to be sure that you know the people who need these kinds of services. Sometimes you can have a woman who is really, really busy, yet she has a help at home, and sometimes her help may not cook so well, all right, or her steward may not cook so well, or she may want to cook but she does not really, really have the time to cook. So if you provide that extra service, you need to know how much it costs to put together this soup or this stew, all right, and then how many people can you serve conveniently, so that you don't go serving, go trying a side hustle and then end up having no time for yourself. All right, so you, if you determine how many people you can serve conveniently, then you will also consider at what point do you scale. At the point you scale, it means that at what point do you now employ someone to do, so that you can achieve more, and that person will go marketing for you, or that person will, you will do the marketing, but that person will go shopping for groceries for you and work with you on a certain day to prepare the ingredients that you're going to use for your cooking. All right, and then you work on the logistics of getting these items delivered. So being a professional or corporate person, you would know how to put this together in a system. You have to create a system that does not affect your work, all right, because you also still have a life to live. You have a weekend to enjoy. It could not, it may even be some other kind of catering services. You could decide to cater for juices, homemade juices, or zobo drink, or smoothies for these persons, or for parties, all right. All right, for parties at the office, parties at your friend, your colleagues, your work colleagues, children's birthday parties, all right. So if you have a flair for these things, all you need to do is to sit down. Okay, this is what I want to do. I know it is profitable. Then create a structure around it. By creating a structure, I'm not talking about registering it yet. Just put it out there first, and then we can talk about registering. You can leave a comment in the comment box and let me know how this sits with you. I want to hear if you have tried, if you're going to try out any of these business ideas, or you have tried it out and it has worked for you. How have you fared in it? I'd like to hear in the comment section. Another very profitable business idea is styling and fashion, or fashion and styling. Styling is different from fashion. Fashion has to do with actually making clothing for people, but styling has to do with helping people know what suits them, helping people, know what kind of dressing, or what kind of how to dress up, what suits them, what suits their budget, what suits their dress, their body types, and so on and so forth, whether it has to do with colors or it has to do with cloth types. All right, so you can, that's a very, 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 very profitable business idea if you're clear about who you're going to serve. In picking that particular business idea, you can consider serving, say, corporate people. You can consider serving, say, nursing moms or pregnant moms. You can decide to style pregnant, corporate pregnant moms, or career pregnant moms, or after birth moms, so postnatal moms. So sometimes, many times after a woman has had a baby, she struggles to fit into her dresses and struggles to get dresses her size. So you can even be particular about, say, a particular part of the body. It could also be for men, not just for women. All right, you could focus on, say, a particular aspect of the clothing, whether they are underwear, or they are overcoats, or they are jackets, or they are casual wears, or they are traditional wears, or they are things that they can wear to certain functions. All right, so once you have decided on your niche, you'll need to work out the profits of it, whether you're doing just styling, so you're going to help them organize how to shop, or organize the shopping for them, give them some trials, let them know how much it will take to get into it, or just provide training services, and then provide them with a manual, or a shopping list of things that they need to have in their wardrobe, whether it's a guy or girl, without breaking the bank. All right, and even if you want to break the bank to do that, how to do that fashionably or stylishly, how you do those things. All right, so these are profitable ideas. If you have found this very helpful, leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know which one you're going to try out. And if you have other ideas that you know that are very profitable, I would like to read from you and see how profitable these ideas have been for you. And then, of course, I'm going to share further videos on this subject because you've got to make money this year with those things that you know how to do well. Till I see you again, check out the next video and stay safe.